Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to FPL Don't Panic. I have just spent the last 30 minutes talking to myself, thinking I had pressed start recording, and somehow I had not. Start again. Yeah, game week 14. That was an interesting one, wasn't it? I don't know whether I'm happy or sad, to be honest with you. Relieved, I think, would be a better word. Relieved. It could have been so much worse. I talk about when I do my forecasts, I make allowances for the anything that can happen will happen, but by God, did everything that could happen will happen today. I played with 9 men to all intents and purposes, and between that and getting my captaincy wrong, I was pretty relieved just to stay in the top 250k, to be honest with you, in the end, and also hit 60 points. Could still have been better. There were chances missed by a few players that could have actually made it pretty easy. Gvardiol, Mr. Sitter, Palmer, Mr. Sitter. I think Hall was clean through on goal at one point, and I've made an absolute mess of it. But can't look back. It is what it is. Let's have a quick look. I did do before the game was over, a review yesterday, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that. But I will put myself just down here in the corner. We'll have a quick look. I'm on FPL Hub, so we can see a live rank. So I don't think it's been fully updated yet on the main site, but we'll have a look at this, and then we'll have a look at plans going forward. So yeah, 60 points. You know what? I'll take it. I really will. It was a 50k drop effectively down to 206,000 to relief, to be honest with you. 9 players. When I saw that Gabriel and Jackson weren't playing, I thought, oh, here we go. And the week had got off to such a good start, with Henderson with his 7 points. That gave me a massive leap in the live ranks there for a while. I knew it wasn't real, obviously, but I was up in some crazy figure for just a moment in time. And I just that moment in time, been at about 70 or 80,000 or something stupid it was. I thought, oh, I'll just enjoy that for now. Obviously, that's dropped back. We had the benchings, the injury to Gabriel. Yeah, 60 points is all right. And as I said, 5 game weeks ago, I was in 2.5 million. So I set up my game, 11 to 15 strategy. I made changes, and I'm way ahead of where I thought I could get myself to at this point. If I can stay in that top 250k by the end of game week 15, it's actually a result, because I was hoping that if I could be just in the top 750k by game week 15's completion, I would be happy, because at least I was on the rise. So I'm going to go through the team very quickly. Did some of this yesterday, so I'm just going to quick review, then we'll move on to plans going forward. Yeah, Henderson 7 points, thank you very much, but you're still going in a few weeks. Komsa 2 points. Oh yeah, Villa are awful. I mean, they really are. Yeah, Konza will be on the way out soon, probably for Kirkers, I think. Not a high priority. I've got other higher priorities, but I think that's one of the areas where I will look to make some changes. Gvardiol is gone. Thank you very much for your service, Mr. Gvardiol. I've had some big points out of you, but it's time to move into a different strategy now, and I don't trust Pep when people are going to get benched, and I don't trust your defence either. 8 Nori, yeah, he'll be going soon as well. While the money's still there, I got him cheap. He's at about 4.7, 4.8. Need that money for other things and my strategy going forward. And you've done absolutely nothing for me. Nothing. I've got nothing out of you since I brought you in. Salah, 18 points. Should have captained him. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Didn't. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Worst superpower in the world. Should have captained him, because actually when I think about all the connotations of that, his effective ownership was the only thing that could have really damaged me this week. I went for the differential with, actually, what am I saying? No, Palmer was more highly captained, I think. But Salah's effective ownership absolutely murdered me. Every point was like a knife stabbing me in the heart as I watched my rank go down. However, is what it is. He'll definitely be captain next week and probably for the next few weeks as I just sort of go for a little bit of safety and consolidating myself in that, hopefully consolidating myself in that top 250k. Palmer, yeah, he got his goal. Could have had maybe one or two other returns. Still don't think he's looking like Palmer of old, but yeah, if he's getting a goal every week, yeah, you kind of take that. Saka, yeah, could have had a return or two, I think. Good, decent game. His corners are just unbelievable. Really just gutted that Gabriel wasn't in there to get on the end of one, because I don't think Timber would have been in the box like that. I would have been Gabriel in there getting on the end of those. Anyway, is what it is, and we'll see what Saka does next week. And he's got a great run of fixtures ahead. Bruno, yeah, didn't expect anything out of that match, to be honest with you, and I got exactly what I expected. Nothing. Ahmed on the. Ahmed came on and looked more dangerous and more likely to get something for me in the 30 minutes that he was on. Came off for his 1 point because of the Jackson benching. João Pedro, yeah, that was a nice little handy 5 points this morning. Yeah, 5.4 million. If he's getting me a goal here and an assist there, grand. Cunha's had his day, I think. Cunha's 2 points. His underlying numbers are not great. I think he's had his time in the sun. I think the days of the 2 or 3 rotating or playing cheapy forwards, I think it may have had its day. Cunha's numbers are not great. He was on a little roll there against a very, very low expected goals of just finishing off very, very difficult chances. It's not sustainable. The fixtures going forward are good. He'll have one more game for me, but then I think it will be as I move into my game 16 to 20 strategy. He will be one of the ones that moves on. Bench is what it is. Gabriel was out injured. Jackson benched, didn't play at all. Fabianski, made the right 50-50 call between Henderson and Fabianski, so that was great. And Hall 1 point. Hall looked dangerous, to be honest with you. That was a great game. I enjoyed watching it. Hall actually had a few chances. Pretty happy with him, to be honest with you, as a bench player and coming in for the odd game. I think he will get an attacking return sometime in the near future. Only time will tell. Okay, so let's have a look at what we're looking like. Yes, that's showing 59 points at the moment. That will change to the 60. So let's just let's move into this. This is Game Week 15 team. So straight away you will notice the key change that Gvardiol is out and Virgil is in. Fabianski will start and goal. Decent fixture. Wolves at home. West Ham are awful. They'll probably have they won't have a new manager. They might have no manager by then, or certainly they'll have a manager maybe clinging on by his fingertips. So maybe they'll battle for him. I don't know what his relationship is with the players, but sometimes you can get that thing where players will go out and fight hard for a manager that's about to get sacked. Time will tell, but it's clearly a better fixture than Henderson away to Man City. So we'll go with that and keep our fingers for some sort of return or a few save points, anything. Wolves are looking pretty woeful again. They are looking pretty woeful again. They had a little bounce, but they look awful. Konza, Villa are not looking great, better, to be honest with you. But Southampton at home. Hopefully we can get Konza. Something out of Konza for this one with Southampton at home. It's a decent fixture. Southampton is safe. We know what they are. Gabriel, I'll start him and just keep my fingers crossed he plays. If he isn't, then he obviously has to. We're not going to find anything out from Arteta, so it's going to be what it's going to be. And we'd have Aït-Nouri coming off the bench with a reasonably decent fixture. I'd probably go for 0-0 there if he does come off the bench. That'd be great, Fabianski, and that wouldn't surprise me if that is a 0-0 when I think about it. And then, Virgil. Virgil looks great at the moment. He's looking back to his best. He looks like he's going to get his head on something. He could have had a couple of goals there. I think it was against City. And Liverpool have good fixtures. A little bit nervous about bringing him in just on the Everton one. I think this is Everton's last game. It will be the last derby at Goodison Park. worries me a little bit. Everton, I know they had a good result, 4-0 this game week, but they are pretty woeful. Kind of hard to see them scoring against Liverpool defence, but stranger things have happened in football, and the blood will be up for a Liverpool derby and last derby ever at Goodison Park. We'll see. But anyway, Virgil is part of a longer-term strategy, which I'll talk about towards the end of this, which is I've spoken about looking at potentially double Arsenal, double Liverpool defence as a differential. Changing that just a little bit. I've tweaked it just a little bit, but Virgil is the first step in my moves towards making that happen. Salah, keep doing what you do. It could be that sort of game where you get absolutely blank against Everton away. They'll be sitting deep, but the way you're going out, I'm just not going to bet against him. I'm just not going to bet against him at the moment. If he gets a run of 2 or 3 where he's blanking, then we'll look to change. But at the moment, I just think you just got to put the captain's armband on him, because it really, believe me, it hurts if he returns and you've gone somewhere else. Palmer, I really fancy Palmer in this match. I think this is a game that will really suit Palmer, particularly if Jackson's back with that Spurs high line and they're all out attack. We'll score more than you attitude. I think Palmer Jackson could really hurt Spurs. I think I could see it's been a really high scoring game just by its very nature. So yeah, Palmer obviously. Saka, yeah, blank against United. Could have easily had an assist or two. Total faith in Saka at the moment. He's looking outstanding. So his corner deliveries. Oh God, why weren't you on the pitch, Gabriel, to get on the end of one of the 2 of those? Timber wouldn't have even been in the box if Gabriel had been playing. Saka, pretty happy. It's decent enough fixture. Fulham are a decent side at Craven Cottage. Great result for them today, by the way. That helped me, because that helped me stay in that top 250. They managed to keep some of the Spurs attacking assets out, your Johnsons, etc., that I think would have affected my rank. Bruno Fernandes. It's a bit. That sounds funny, but Ahmad or Bruno? Ahmad looks more dangerous than Bruno at the moment. Well, I think I will start with the safer option, because I know Bruno will play, and that's probably the decision there. I'm going to talk more about Ahmad a little later. Bruno will start. I think it's a good fixture. Forest at home, but it could be Bruno's last game for me, because he will be my cash cow, I think, to make some of the moves that I need to make for my 16-20 strategy. Jackson, Spurs away, just pretty much spoke about him, basically in tandem with Palmer. I think this is a great fixture for him. Hopefully that benching was his rest. I feel it is, and I think he'll be a surefire start for the next few fixtures. João Pedro, he's returning for me. It's just the assist. Leicester away. Yeah, needless to say, good fixture. Hopefully we'll get something there. And then Cunha, for now, I think I will start him. Although I do have a temptation to go double United against Forest. I'll make a decision on that, I think, closer to deadline. But it's not a bad fixture, West Ham United away. And if he finds gets a little bit of space and gets something onto that boot of his, he could easily get a goal, return an assist or something like that. So I'll have that under consideration for now. But I like the look of this team going out, to be honest with you. A lot of away fixtures there, but I had that this week as well, and I got a 60. We're playing with just effectively 9 players, getting the captaincy wrong. So, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. And currently, I am, from when I set out, when I was having a little disaster run, and then I reset my strategy to get myself back on that 70-point average, even with that 60 this week, on the games 11 to 15. I'm well ahead on those on my 70-point average. So just have a little look. I've sort of updated my spreadsheet and fixture because hang on, there we go, wrong one. There we go. There you have it. Fabianski will be coming in for Henderson. I've already spoken about that. Good fixture. They're both on the same average, so it doesn't affect my numbers here. Virgil's just got an average of 4 going, but there's a nice green fixtures in front of him, and I think he's running into some tremendous form. So I see, and he's hitting what I try to look for is 3 returns in 5. So he's got a 5-6, 1-6-1, and I definitely see at least 3 returns in that sea of green in front of him there. Gabriel, so these are his last 5 fixtures. I know he didn't play this weekend, but what I put in here is the last 5 fixtures played, unless there's like a year's gap or something stupid. Those are the last 5 fixtures that he has played. Hitting an average of 6. That's one average I really love seeing out of a defender. He is just on 2 returns in 5, but again, with those fixtures going forward, I think he'll comfortably get into 3 returns in 5 state. Konsa, no returns in 5. He will go at some point in the not too distant future, just averaging 1. Salah 13 as his average. Worries me a bit. I know, why am I worried about one of my players having such a high average? I'm just a bit concerned in over-reliance on one player to get to those numbers, and that's probably why I'm looking at this now as this has developed. I felt I was getting a better balance of points between my forwards, sometimes defenders, but mainly between my midfielders and my forwards. Feels as though there's a bit of an imbalance developing at the moment, and that midfield is holding up the party, and the forwards, my little cheeky forwards that did so well for me, are falling away a wee bit. So that's what I'm going to look to address in the 16 to 20 strategy, because I don't want to fall into. That's the only time I've really fallen off that 70-point average was game weeks. Something was it 7 to 9, 7, 8, 9, something like that. When Haaland's 1 to 5 numbers had massively overinflated the spreadsheet, and yeah, is what it is. Just keeping a close eye on that. Keep returning Salah, but I need to look at other areas of the team, just for when you will eventually fall away. He cannot keep these sort of numbers up. They are insane. 9, 14, 13, 13, 18 his last 5 matches. That's madness. That's not sustainable. And if it is, well, yeah, hats off, sir. Palmer, yeah, he seems to be coming back into a bit of a run of form. So let's see how that progresses. Saka, yeah, good. Bruno's averages are actually pretty good at 8, but I think I will be using him as a cash cow. Jackson 6 as an average, and I see that really good fixtures in that Tottenham fixture. I've got it in blue, but to me that's actually a green fixture for him. Cunha, I think, will be going soon, and I'll have João Pedro. So listen, that's all showing me that I should be hitting this 70 mark, and I'm reasonably happy that should be the case. Considering, there's a lot of away fixtures in there, but there was a lot of away fixtures last week as well. Anything in that 70 region and keeping me nicely within that top 250, I will be very, very happy with. I've obviously done my transfer. I'm not going to take any hits this week. However, I'm proposing that we rename hits a strategic worsening of points, because I keep saying I'm not going to take hits, and I keep doing it. But sometimes I'll actually look at my hits, and they've kind of worked, a lot of them. Saka, I took a hit for Saka weeks ago. It's worked. Didn't actually get anything in the first game week or two. But I beat massive price rises now that everyone's trying to buy him, and he's obviously done, really, really well for me with those recently, with that 13 and the 18. I think it was a couple of game weeks ago when he had his injury. People were selling with, his price has really dropped. But you know what? Now's the time to get him in, and I'm really, really happy that I did so. And there's also when I did take some hits when I really did need to do some surgery, where I got rid of Haaland. I can't remember who else it was. And I brought in, Salah, obviously. But I got the spreadsheet said you've got to get rid of Haaland, and I went early, and so many people hung on. But according to the spreadsheet, no, he's fallen off his 3 and 5, mate. You've got to get rid of him. Okay, I got rid of him, and that's really saved my season. And I did take hits to do what the spreadsheet told me to do, and brought in Salah, and I brought in I think it was Cunha. And I got rid of Salah, and I can't remember who else it was I got rid of. And I just, the rest of the say is history. So, Cunha's fallen away, so he will go, and we will be bringing in. So I'll talk. Sorry, I just lost my thread there for a second. So I think, it's talking about hits. So the question becomes, the players I've got in my mind is Bruno to Semenyo, or another cheaper type midfielder that would have a nice rotation going with Ahmad, who I do believe is going to become a very regular starter for United. So Semenyo's got on my mind. Johnson's back on the menu as well. I know he didn't go so well today, but Johnson's back on the menu. He's returning every other match at the moment, and if I get a nice rotation going with him and Ahmad, that could work quite well. There's a couple. Rodgers, what a lovely goal he got yesterday. I mean, I say Villa are crap, but he's still looking good. So rather than having the two or three cheapy rotating forwards, having good, solid, they can get a good return for you, rotating fourth midfielder, so that I can then bring in Isak for Cunha and probably Timber, I think, for Aït-Nouri. And that will give me double Arsenal defence with a really good Liverpool defender in there, and give me a nice option there in midfield for my rotations, or sometimes rotating with one of the forwards maybe, because I still keep João Pedro for the time being, I think, as my third striker. So that to me, Isak, Jackson, João Pedro, good fixtures coming up. That's a really nice strike force, I think. And I've still got my Saka, Salah, Palmer, and another good midfield option in there that I think can get me returns. And I'm on a double Arsenal with a really strong Liverpool defender, all capable of clean sheets and attacking returns. I really like the sound of it. I want to do it now. To do it now means a lot of hits. So I'm not going to do it. I'm happy with my team for this week. I'm going to let that go. We'll come out the end of that. We'll see how they perform. And if I'm gone really, really well, I've got a good 70 points plus now, well ahead of my averages, I might just take the hits just to get this set up. Sorry, I might take the strategic worsening of points to get myself properly set up for that 16 to 20 run of games. Not 100% set on that, but I might just do two and then do one the following week. That's kind of where my head's taking me, and what feels sort of right. And I really like the look of that team, the way that team will look then over those 5 fixtures. We'll put further thought into it. As I say, the game week deadline is going to be upon us so quickly, really, really quickly. So not too much time to worry or think about it or do anything rash or silly, I think. We'll get into the next game week 15. We'll see how that rolls. I think that will drive the decisions going forward. But certainly Bruno will go for that City clash. I can bring in a Matt for that if I needed to, but I don't actually think I need to. So I'll be bringing in like a Semenyo or something like that, and because I think Semenyo's Ipswich or something like that. That'll definitely work. So whether I do an additional one to go Cunha to Isak. And do 2 at that same time. We'll see how we go. I've waffled a little bit. I've got a really busy weekend ahead, so you may not hear from me again. Thank God, says you lot. Hope you all had a good game week. It was a weird one, wasn't it? So hopefully it's gone well for you. I am, as I say, away for much of the weekend. I'll hopefully be able to catch some football, but it'll probably be Monday or Tuesday when I come back and review, hopefully, a good game week and tell you of my transfer decisions. In the meantime, folks. Oh, yeah. Hey, it's been great knowing that, I'm getting likes. People chat. Some people even came in on my little game match watch at the weekend, which was really, really good fun and great to be having a bit of company while I was watching the points rolling, or not rolling as was the case this weekend. So yeah, if you're getting anything useful out of this, as I say, I'm doing it much as I say for my own tracking of how I'm going and try and maintain some discipline over myself. But if you get anything out of it at all or enjoy the content, get any useful information that helps you on your way, hit a like, hit subscribe. Nice to know I'm not talking to myself like I was a couple of months ago. But in the meantime, have fun. Play your own game. And above all else, do not panic. Take care. Bye-bye.